Guys, while others are joining, could someone please confirm if you can see my screen and hear me well?
Yes, well, right.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Thank you. Okay, I see 15 people have joined, waiting for others to join. So just give me 2 minutes, guys. Meanwhile, anyone has any question? And guys, yesterday I had to send a message explicitly mentioning that what were the expectation, because I got few calls and they almost were saying that they did not understand anything in load balancer. So just wanted to make sure that we did not even start our load balancer topic. Yesterday, what was the intention? It's to understand VMSs and load balancer combination. So I hope that is clear. Right? Types of load balancer in Azure, I hope that is clear. The interview questions which might come on load balancer, I hope that is clear. And how to read the differences and how to read that table, the one which I shown you. Let me put it again on the screen. Just give me a minute here. This one. So how to read this table? What are the SKUs? What is the difference between those SKUs? Those were the expected outcomes of yesterday's session. So any questions on these topics, the one which I discussed now? Anyone who did not understand anything out of these? Configuration, front end, back end, IP, everything, that's a different thing. That is we are going to do. Any confusion or any questions, guys? Yes, no, maybe. Is it clear to everyone? It's not at all clear. What is it, guys? कुछ भी नहीं समझ में आया, सब कुछ समझ में आ गया. I'm waiting for the answer, guys. No, okay, I got a text here stating I did not understand anything. Please repeat the session. So let me repeat myself. Let me repeat the question. Let other people join and then I'll repeat my question again. Okay. So I see most of you have joined now. Let's start. So my question, guys, was that the scope of yesterday's session was, I am being very specific about it. Let me write it down, in fact, for you. It will be easier for you. Okay. I did send it to you on WhatsApp also, just to make your confusion clear. So the outcome expected from yesterday's session were VMSs and load balancer combination. That how individually load balancer is not useful for us, because if there is nothing behind the load balancer, it's not useful. And how individually in isolation VMSs or Azure availability zone or Azure availability set, it is not useful for us without load balancer. Is this point clear to everyone?
Yes, Sohil.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Types of load balancer. Anyone had any issues in this one? I told you that all the questions related to types of load balancer and differences are here already here. The questions and the answers all are here. You just need to learn how to answer. So any confusion in this one, in this statement?
No.
No.
Interview questions we discussed. I hope I explained it well, that what are the interview questions we are going to have or we might have in our interviews related to load balancer. They might ask the differences, they might ask routing methods, they might ask SKUs. So I also explained how to answer. I told you not to read keywords. I explained how to answer. So any difficulty in these 2 points?
No.
No.
So if these points are clear, guys, then yesterday's session was clear. Now anyone else who has to say that still they did not understand anything in yesterday's session? This was the only scope for yesterday's session. Feel free, just because I am repeating it doesn't mean that if you haven't understood, still you keep quiet. If you don't want to speak, say it in a message. No, practical, we did not even do it, guys. I am being very specific to these points. My question is, any confusion with these points? Something which we have not done, I'm not asking about that. I am specifically talking about these points. Any confusion with these points, the one which you see on your screen highlighted? These were the outcomes from yesterday's session. So any doubt here? Anyone? Yes, guys, any questions? Please do ask. SKUs, we did discuss it in yesterday's session. I'm sure you have missed it, right? When you see the recording, you will understand what is the SKU. We discussed it well. Somebody asked the question also that SKU in their project means stock keeping unit. So is it same in Azure? So I answered it and I explained it well. So if you watch the video, you will understand it. Okay, guys, so I'm taking this as no questions on this session. Still, if someone has, sorry about my the heavy voice, guys. If you are just not asking question because of that, feel free to ask questions. I'm still saying, feel free to ask on these topics. Anyone has any questions, please let me know. If you don't want to ask it directly, put it as an anonymous question. But anyone who did not understand these one, that what is the combination, how the combination work, that how without VMSs or how without Azure availability zone or how without Azure availability set load balancer is useless for us, and how without load balancer these technologies are useless for us. So we talked about the combination of these two technologies and how to utilize them to have the complete high availability. Okay, then we discussed types of load balancer. It is already there on your screen. Interview questions I did discuss, and how to refer them, how to read this table. I already explained it to you. It is there in the recording. So if still if you do not have any questions, I'll proceed. Okay, can someone tell me before I move ahead to the next one, are we missing on something here? Or if we learn load balancing, let me draw it for you guys. Let's say this is my application. Okay, this is my virtual machine scale set or availability zone or availability set, whatever you want to consider. Let's say this is my VMSS. Okay, under VMSS, I have multiple machines. Okay, multiple machines I have, and here I have my load balancer. This load balancer has a public IP here. So I'm writing as PIP, public IP. Okay, it has a public IP 1.1.1.1. You will not see an IP like this, just for your understanding. This is the public IP I have here. So at least people can, all my users, they have single IP, and later on it is distributed from here to here. Okay, from here to here. Now earlier I was saying कि मेरा एक question था that in PCs में से मैं किसका IP दूंगा, how would they know कि कहाँ पर जाना है, what if one is down, then how would another how people will know कि दूसरे IP पे जाना है. So that we have resolved using our load balancer. Is it clear till here, guys, to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
This is the load balancer. So now, do you think this is the complete do you think we have discussed everything when it comes to load balancer, or do you think something is missing? I think Hamid, you don't have to answer. Other than Hamid, anyone can answer this question. And guys, I sent a link 20 minutes ago, the session. So if you have any questions, no one has joined except Amit and Hamid. Only 2 people joined. So I would consider out of 25, only 2 people had doubts, and the topic is clear for 23. Please explain the outbound load balancing from yesterday. Yeah, we are going to do that, Ibrahim. I think again, I'm not sure if you joined late or you missed on this. I said these were the only expected outcomes from yesterday's topic. Everything else other than that with regard to load balancer will be covered. I sent this in WhatsApp on WhatsApp also, and I just explained it also. And I was asking related to these points only. That did you guys understand this? Everything else, outbound, inbound, configuration, everything, public IP, everything will be discussed. Everything will be discussed. So don't worry about that. If you have any questions in this one, please let me know. So before I proceed with those topics, I want to clear it here. If not, and before I proceed, I have a question for you guys. Okay, so my question was here that this is a load balancer we're talking about, and here I have a virtual machine scale set. Now you know that even if there are 4 machines, 5 machines, or 10 machines, users will have only one public IP. और backend में ये machines change होते रहेंगे. So is it a complete solution, or did I miss on something? What am I missing here, which you guys don't know? Is it a complete solution, you think? I mean, with the knowledge, let's say आपको मैंने यहाँ पर बता दिया load balancer configure कैसे करना है, सब आ गया. What is the point we are missing on? We missed on something. Intentionally, obviously, we have skipped one topic. Do you remember that? What is that? Or looking at the picture, what comes to your mind? I'm saying कि यहाँ से public IP को लोग access कर रहे हैं. ये मैंने आप लोगों को सिखा दिया. Let's say assume कि load balancer आप लोगों को पूरा आ गया. यहाँ से ये सिखा दिया. तो यहाँ से traffic distribute कैसे होनी ये भी सिखा दिया. Is it complete load balancing solution, or is something missing here?
I think we would need to configure virtual machines IP addresses to the load balancer.
Let's say that has been done. Let's say that has been done. No, Hussein, I'm not talking. Guys, do not make it complicated. I'm keeping it very simple. Do not. Okay, one feedback I have for don't want to name, but guys, if you have certain knowledge, just do not throw jargons. It confuses other people. Like DNS, networks, domain, IPs, front end, back end. Unless we have discussed them, do not throw those jargons. We'll stick to, because we have people here who are coming from non-technical background also, and we'll have to consider all of them. Okay, so please make sure that you do not confuse. If you have good having knowledge, it's good, guys. It's good. Keep it with yourself. Use it for your understanding. But when you say it here, others will get confused. अरे यार ये DNS कब हो गया? Networking कब हो गया? Did I miss on something? मैं सो रहा था या मैंने class miss कर दिया? Yeah, I did not understand that. इस तरह के questions आते हैं, and people then they start panicking कि यार मैंने तो बहुत कुछ miss कर दिया. So please do not do that to others. It will be easier for me. It's really easier for me when you use jargons and ask question. It is easier for me, and it shows me कि हाँ आप लोगों को better समझ में आ रहा है, but it confuses others. So do not do that, guys, please. Whoever are coming with experience, infrastructure के थोड़े भी experience के साथ आ रहे हो या किसी और cloud के, so do not do that. Stick to what we are discussing here. It will be helpful for others also. हाँ, when we are like I had a session before this 20 minute का, you could have joined there, और वहां पर हम technical discussion भी कर सकते हैं. Okay. Okay, so somebody said IP. No, let's consider IP वगैरह सब हो गया है. I have assigned IP वगैरह. What is one thing missing in these machines, between these machines? No, not really peering. Someone
Shared
answered.
disk.
Yes.
I think a virtual
Yeah,
network.
someone already answered. Yeah, sorry. Someone else was saying virtual network. What were you saying?
Is it shared disk?
Yeah, Shika, that is correct. Someone else was answering something. Virtual network.
Yeah, actually, yeah. I was just trying to know that whether they are in same virtual network.
Okay, obviously they are in same virtual. Can you have a VMSs in different virtual network? Or can you have a VMSs or a backend and load balancer in different virtual network? You cannot. It is bound. They are bound to have in same virtual network. You cannot have load balancer in virtual network 1 and your backend in virtual network 2. It's not possible. That we will see. But Shikha rightly answered.
We are not able to hear you. Sohail.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, Sohail bhai.
Okay. Not sure what happened. Okay, so I was saying guys, I hope you heard me till here, right? When I was saying हम लोगों ने connectivity तो कर दी, that load balancer is sending the traffic here. We have VMSs, we have configured, we have learned VMSs. अब अगर ट्रैफिक ज्यादा होती है तो ये 4 मशीन से 5 हो जाएंगे, 5 से 6, 6 से 8 इस तरह से बढ़ते रहेंगे. But how my application data will be copied here? ठीक है, 2 न्यू मशीन तो बन गई, but how to make sure that data is there? How to make sure कि यहाँ से सब कुछ यहाँ पर copy हो रहा है? And that point is still missing. So the one answer to that is, as Shikha answered, I'm not sure from where she got it because I haven't covered it yet. Shared disk. A shared disk is a concept, guys, कि यहाँ पर आपके सिर्फ operating system होंगे और actual में data जो है ना किसी एक disk पे यहाँ पर पड़ा होगा जो shared होगी सबके साथ. Like something like this. This is a shared disk. So don't worry if you do not know about it. We haven't covered this topic. I will cover that. So it is a shared disk. The name itself says what does it mean. जिस तरह से हम VM पे disk लगा रहे थे ना, individual disk. So this is a similar disk. The only difference is it is a shared disk. कि वो इससे भी shared है, इससे भी shared है, इस सारे virtual machine के साथ वो shared है. और जो new virtual machine बनेगी ना, उसके साथ भी वो shared होगी disk automatically. So this machine, it will just be a front end, एक front end होगा, but actual data आपका हमेशा इसमें ही होगा. So no matter if this machine, if one machine is increasing, or after the load has come down, if one machine is decreasing, let's say this machine is decreasing now, it doesn't matter, your data is always here. Shared disk में आपका data होता है. Is it clear, guys?
Yes,
So I
Sohail bhai.
have a question over here.
How to
Is it,
attach, how to create shared disk, we haven't covered that, guys. Yes, sorry, Satabhi.
Yeah, in the shared disk, if the machine is going down, so is it the application data will be stored or the virtual machines data will be stored? Whatever we are apart from the application.
What do you mean by virtual machine data? Could you elaborate?
So if I'm working on something project and that is I have saved that on a Excel file. So is it also going to be shared or only
Where
the
have
application?
you saved that Excel file?
Virtual machine desktop.
No, if you have shared it on desktop, it is definitely going down. Desktop is a part of your C drive of your operating system. So that is
Okay.
definitely going down. But here we are not talking about individuals, guys. Don't get confused. I just answer your question for your understanding, but here यहाँ पर कोई login करके नहीं बैठा इन machines पे. इस पे हमने अपना website host कर रखा है, Amazon host कर रखा है, ठीक है? और Amazon का जो डेटा है वो यहाँ पर सेव्ड है. मे बी SQL होगा, कोई और डेटाबेस होगा, डायरेक्ट होगा, एक्सेल, कुछ भी होगा, वो यहाँ पर सेव्ड है. सो वी आर नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट द डेस्कटॉप्स हियर, वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट सर्वर्स. आई एम नॉट रेफरिंग टू एन इंडिविजुअल सिटिंग ऑन हिज मशीन. उस केस की बात नहीं कर रहा हूं मैं, ठीक है? सो वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट एप्लीकेशंस हियर, जहां पे कॉन्फ़िगरेशन ऑलरेडी इस तरह से है कि यहाँ पर इन मशीन्स के ऊपर कुछ सेव हो ही नहीं सकता. मशीन्स आर जस्ट मियरली अ वेब पेज, नथिंग मोर देन दैट. तो आपका
Got
डेटा
it.
हमेशा यहीं पर होगा. Let's say that someone opens Amazon and add an item to his cart. वो यहाँ पर हो जाएगा कि इस अकाउंट के अगेंस्ट इसके कार्ट में एक आइटम यहाँ पर ऐड हो चुकी है. Now that item is in stock, 5 स्टॉक में थे, उसको 4 कर देना है, वो सब कुछ, everything will happen here. Nothing is happening on your virtual machine. Your virtual machine is, am I still not audible?
Yes, audible.
You are audible.
Yes, you are audible.
So someone has texted me, let me reply to him to reconnect. Okay. राइट. सो are you guys getting it? कम होना, ज्यादा होना, एडिट करना, ये सब कुछ जो है आपका यहाँ पर होगा इस डेटाबेस में और इस शेयर्ड डिस्क में. इज इट क्लियर?
Yes, Sohail bhai.
And you don't have to worry about it. ये एप्लीकेशन ओनर्स करेंगे किस तरह से करना है. but you should understand the concept, इसलिए मैं बता रहा हूँ. You don't have to do it. Maximum what you have to do it is create a share disk or attach a share disk. That I'll show it to you. बहुत सिंपल है. जो हम लोगों ने टास्क किया था ना डिस्क वाला, उसी में एक शेयर डिस्क का कॉन्सेप्ट है. It's very simple. But I wanted to keep it till we come to load balancer. Okay, so is it clear to everyone? Anyone who did not understand it?
Got
Yes,
it,
guys.
Sohail bhai.
Yeah, what about others? Yes, please feel free to talk.
So yeah, I have a question regarding VMSS. I don't know if this was covered or not because I have missed the last week's session. What if, when we set the criteria for VMSS, one of the machine goes down? So what would be the scenario at that point of time? Like if it is an online application and one of the VMSS server goes down, so what would be the
Another machine
scenario?
will be spun up. It's simple. It doesn't matter whether machine is going down or it is increasing. See, although it was covered, but I'll quickly answer that. It's very simple. That my threshold is, my criteria is virtual machines CPU. If it goes beyond 50%, okay, if it goes beyond 50%, then another machine should be up. Now let's say that I'm using 3 machines. Okay, in 3 machines it is just 49%. Okay, it is just 49% on 3 machines, but suddenly one machine has crashed. What will happen? What do you think? अब दोनों machine पे कितना होगा percentage? 49 ही रहेगा या 50 क्रॉस कर देगा?
It will cross 50.
50 क्रॉस कर देगा. The moment it crosses 50, new machine आपका अपने आप बन जाएगा.
Okay.
Clear? Okay. Is there a possibility shared disk goes down? Obviously, किसी भी तरह का resource, see if there is anything which is intact, अगर कुछ भी intact बन जाएगा ना, we guys won't have our jobs. Everything which we are creating, there are chances कि उसका down होगा, और उसकी भी redundancy हम देखेंगे, that we will cover in storage account. Storage का topic जब करेंगे तब. But yes, obviously there are possibilities कि share disk भी down हो सकता है. कोई भी चीज गाइस इसमें इंटैक्ट नहीं है. अगर होगा तो वी वोंट हैव आवर जॉब. ऐसी कोई चीज नहीं है दैट यू डिप्लॉय इट वंस एंड देन इट इज रनिंग फॉरएवर. देयर इज नथिंग लाइक दैट. वो डाउन होता होगा, उसमें आपको कुछ चेंज करना होगा, कॉन्फ़िगरेशन करना होगा, ट्रबल शूटिंग करनी होगी. दैट इज द रीजन एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर विल हैव देयर जॉब्स. ओके, दैट विल सी लेटर कि इसके रिडंडेंसी के लिए हम क्या कर सकते हैं. बट गुड क्वेश्चन इब्राहिम भाई. ओके, नाउ आई एम सेइंग कि चलो
Sohail
डेटा.
bhai,
यस.
Sohail bhai, sorry to interrupt.
नहीं, that's
I have
okay.
one
Tell
more
me.
question. Load balancer work with the auto scaling VMSS, where we have to give the threshold. Say for example, threshold or the CPU usage, memory is going up. So we give the load balancer, right? Up. Is there any by default option where we can give, or we have to specify only for if memory usage is going high, we have to give the load balancer? Or is there any default where we can give something like that without this CPU usage or memory usage? Apart from this, is there any by default we can select the basic one?
नहीं सतार भाई, honestly I did not understand the question exactly. Could you elaborate थोड़ा सा? See, लोड बैलेंसर को अलग देखो, आप VMSS को अलग देखो. ठीक है, हमने VMSS अलग से देख लिया कि आप मशीन्स बढ़ा सकते हो, कम कर सकते हो. वहां लोड बैलेंसर पिक्चर में था भी नहीं. लोड बैलेंसर तो पिक्चर में सिर्फ इसलिए आ रहा है बिकॉज यू रिक्वायर्ड अ फेस टू एक्सेस दैट VMSS. VMSS में 10 मशीन है, आप 10 उसमें से कभी 8 बनने वाले हैं, कभी 12 हो जाएंगे, कभी 14 हो जाएंगे, कभी 6 हो जाएंगे. देयर इज नो स्टेबिलिटी. आप किसी का आईपी दे नहीं सकते, इसलिए वी हैव अ लोड बैलेंसर, वी हैव अ फेस. तो मशीन्स का बढ़ना
Yes,
कम होना वो VMSS का ये है, फीचर है. नाउ व्हाट क्वेश्चन डू यू हैव रिलेटेड टू VMSS?
VMS not VMSS regarding the load balancer. जैसे अभी load balancer हम क्यों देते हैं कि ट्रैफिक बढ़ जाता है तो हम देते हैं, जैसे कि अगर CPU यूसेज बढ़ गया है या
नहीं, डोंट गेट कंफ्यूज, डोंट
ज्यादा
गेट
यूज.
कंफ्यूज. सतार भाई, डोंट गेट कंफ्यूज. Load balancer is not increasing your machines. VMSS is increasing your machines. Load balancer is just a face of your machines. Anyone else who has this understanding कि load balancer machine को बढ़ा रहा है? Did I get your question right, Satar bhai? Is that what you're asking? कि load balancer
नो सोहेल भाई, लोड बैलेंसर जब हम क्रिएट करते हैं, ये इसलिए क्रिएट करते हैं कि ट्रैफिक बढ़ रहा है तो उसको डाइवर्ट करने के लिए हम लोग लोड बैलेंसर दे रहे हैं, फ्रंट एंड करता है. लेकिन जैसे अब ट्रैफिक कम हो जाती है तो वो क्या लोड बैलेंसर वैसे ही रहता है या वो कम हो जाता है?
You can have load balancer for one machine also. Load balancer आपका ट्रैफिक, आपकी मशीन्स कम और बढ़ा नहीं रहा है. वो अब फीचर आपका VMSS कर रहा है. Now I have taken VMSS guys. Instead of VMSS, अगर मैं बोलता यहाँ पर ये VMSS नहीं है, this is not VMSS and this is availability set. तब इसमें कोई मशीन बढ़ने और कम होने का स्कोप है क्या? Let's say this is availability set, जहां पर अलग अलग सेट में अलग अलग मशीन्स पड़े हैं. बाकी हमारा एग्जांपल सिमिलर ही हो रहा है. VMSS में बस कम ज्यादा होता है. अवेलेबिलिटी सेट में एक ही बार हमने बना के रख दिया है. So do you have any scope जहां पे मशीन कम और ज्यादा होगी अपने आप? No, right?
No.
And you can still have a load balancer. You will still need a load balancer. क्योंकि यहाँ पर भी यही हो रहा है ना कि VMSS का एग्जांपल मैंने क्यों लिया, I'll come back to that. बट अवेलेबिलिटी जोन में भी यही होगा कि मल्टीपल जोन्स में आपके मल्टीपल मशीन्स पड़े हैं. ठीक है, मल्टीपल अवेलेबिलिटी सेट्स में आपके मल्टीपल मशीन्स पड़े हैं. सो यू विल रिक्वायर्ड अ लोड बैलेंसर फॉर श्योर. लोड बैलेंसर आपकी मशीन कम ज्यादा कुछ नहीं कर रहा है. कम ज्यादा वाला फीचर सिर्फ आपका VMSS कर रहा है. क्लियर है सतर भाई?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now, why did I take the example of VMSS? क्योंकि इसके आगे एक क्वेश्चन था मेरा. Okay, I'll ask that question. So, is it clear, guys? Still here? कि आपका डेटा कैसे इंटरेक्ट है? If you remember, I sent a question to you. कि if virtual machine VMSS is there and machines are being deleted or created, what will happen to my data? So now you know how to answer this.
Yes, Sohail bhai.
What about others, guys? In your own words,
Sohail?
just
Yes.
understand the concept, but
Sohail.
answer it in your own words. So I hope you got the answer, everyone.
Sohail, I do have a question.
Yes,
Means,
Suraj.
Unrelated. So is there a limit on how many machines can share a particular disk?
Yes, there is. That we'll do when we talk about share this topic.
Okay.
Obviously, there is a limit. Yes,
Okay,
guys.
okay.
Next.
Yeah, so here my question was that what data actually we are storing in shared disk, because every VM will already have its own volume, right, for supporting the operating system, whatever the data is there.
Let me open a website for you and I'll explain it to you. Okay, guys, can you see this page now? Amazon. Okay.
Yes.
This page is
Yes.
hosted on a server. That's all. Only this page is hosted. The moment I click anywhere, if I click anywhere, okay, let's say I click here. I want to search some item. Okay. The moment I did this, now I am out of this server. The only time I was looking at Amazon, वो इस server पे hosted थे. The moment I searched something, वो यहाँ पर चला गया. उसकी query, इसका request यहाँ पर चला गया. Because MacBook Pro कहीं किसके पास है, कितने में है, स्टॉक में है या नहीं है, मेरे एड्रेस पे डिलीवर हो सकता है या नहीं है, एवरीथिंग इज हियर. वो सारा डेटा यहाँ पर सेव्ड है आपके किसी शेयर डिस्क में. ठीक है, इट लुक्स लाइक स्मॉलर. ये बहुत बड़ा कॉन्सेप्ट है अपने आप में. सिर्फ एक डिस्क नहीं होता है वो, बट दैट इज एप्लीकेशन टीम का काम है. इसलिए वी आर नॉट गेटिंग इनटू दैट इन डिटेल कि हाउ टू पिक दैट, हाउ टू फेच दैट इंफॉर्मेशन. ये डेटाबेस वाले करेंगे, ये एप्लीकेशन वाले करेंगे, ये इनका वेबसाइट करेगा. यू डोंट हैव टू वरी अबाउट इट. यू जस्ट नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड कि क्या डेटा कहां पर सेव है, आप किसके लिए रिस्पॉन्सिबल हो. So on this one, only your website page is hosted, nothing else than that. Clear? तो यहाँ पर उसके अलावा जो भी डेटा होगा, everything and anything, whatever data is there, it is here in this shared disk. कि आपको ये इसका स्टॉक देखना है. Let's say I've seen this and now I'm planning to purchase this. I clicked on this. Now it is checking कोई ऑफर है, ये सारा काम हो रहा है आपका यहाँ पर शेयर डिस्क में. और डिस्क एज इन गाइस, यहाँ पर भी सिर्फ एक डिस्क नहीं लगी होगी. ओके, यहाँ पर भी पूरा का पूरा स्टोरेज होगा. इसमें भी एक आधा ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम हो सकता है, एक सर्वर भी हो सकता है. कुड बी एनीथिंग, दैट विल डिस्कस लेटर, बट नॉट ऑन दीज मशीन्स. दिस इज नॉट हैपनिंग ऑन दीज मशीन्स फॉर श्योर. ओके, दिस कुड बी अ डेटाबेस, दिस कुड बी, इसमें अपने आप में काफी प्रोग्रामिंग होगी. सिर्फ एक सिंपल डिस्क की बात नहीं चल रही है यहाँ पर. सो इफ आई क्लिक्ड ऑन दिस, इस तरह से होगा. नाउ इफ आई प्लान टू बाय एंड इफ आई add it to my cart. Okay, if I add it to my cart, again this is happening here. Everything is happening here. This is just an example of shared disk. इसमें बहुत डिटेल में होता है. डेटाबेस होगा आपका, APIs होंगे, बहुत सारी चीजें होती है इसमें. But for sure nothing is happening here other than seeing that website. उस वेबसाइट का पेज देखने के अलावा आप यहाँ पर कुछ नहीं कर रहे हो. तो हर तरह का डेटा जो है आपका यहीं पर जा रहा है शेयर डिस्क में. क्लियर?
Okay.
Anyone else has any questions, guys? Feel free to ask. load balancer बहुत important topic है. I told you they will definitely ask you. इसको आपको आपके इंटरव्यू में एक स्टोरी भी यूज करनी है. हम लोगों को लोड बैलेंसर की इसको माइग्रेशन में भी यूज करना है. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. मैक्सिमम क्या होगा, हमारा एक और सेशन चला जाएगा. नेक्स्ट वीक ऑल्सो विल रीड अबाउट लोड बैलेंसर. उससे ज्यादा कुछ नहीं होगा. एक वीक एक्सटेंड करना पड़ेगा, नथिंग मोर देन दैट. बट टॉपिक शुड बी क्लियर. Yes guys, any questions?
Suhail bhai. Hello.
Yes, ask.
Yeah, actually, I'm sorry, I came a little late, like by 15 minutes. So you were sharing about the shared disk topic. Is this like the shared disk? Is it a storage disk? Like how you would add disk to the virtual machines?
Yes,
Add or
almost
add an
like that.
existing
Almost like
disk
that.
or create a new disk. Thanks.
Yes, almost like that. But we haven't covered that topic. Don't worry. We will be covering shared disk, so don't worry. You haven't missed that.
All right. Great. Thank you.
Okay. Right.
And
so
Sohail bhai,
yes.
regarding the shared disk, is it as a Azure admin, we have to create the shared disk, or is it created by the client's side?
No, you will create a shared disk. You will create a shared disk and you will attach it to few servers. पर उसके बाद का configuration वो लोग करेंगे. कि उस shared disk में data क्या होगा, वो fetch कैसे होगा, वो इन servers attach कैसे होगा, ये वाली website इसको pull कैसे करेगी. You don't have to do that. So attaching a shared disk, it is as simple as that. Attaching a disk. जो आप लोगों ने disk attach की थी ना, बस उतना ही है.
Okay, got it.
ठीक है, but I'll show it to you. I told you we haven't done that. I've already mentioned it here somewhere. I'm not sure if you guys read it or not. I mean, it was written very casually, but I have mentioned कि इस topic से related और क्या-क्या missing है. Like this one. Bastion I have to show you. Creating VM using PowerShell script I have to show you. Share disk I have to show you. And create a machine using image VMSS. ये चार चीजें आपको बतानी है. So don't worry, we're not skipping on that. Okay. So is this clear, guys? Still here? कि हर तरह का data यहाँ पर आएगा. I'm just trying to, before I go to the practical, I want you to give the complete theory knowledge कि पूरा load balancing का एक solution work कैसे करेगा. ये नहीं होना चाहिए कि आपको front end IP पता है, आपको back end पता है, but यही नहीं पता है कि data sync कैसे होने वाला है. ठीक है, data sync की nitty-gritties हमको नहीं चाहिए. That is applications team's job. We just need to understand the concept here. So is it clear, guys, to everyone that your data is safe? Even if this machine is deleted, your data is safe. If this machine is deleted, your data is safe. Why? Because it is not attached to your virtual machine. It is there in some other disk. Clear, everyone?
On the shared
Yes,
disk.
yes, sir.
Okay.
All this data is getting synced on the shared disk, guys. Right.
Why would it get
Like,
synced? It is getting
means-
saved. Sync के लिए दो
Saved.
डिस्क चाहिए.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
Sync मैं तब बोलूंगा जब वो पहले यहाँ पर सेव हो रहा है, then यहाँ पर आ रहा है. और मे बी डेटा यहाँ पर है, यहाँ पर है, यहाँ पर है. Then I would call it sync.
दोनों जगह पे सेव हो रहा है, guys.
नहीं, yeah, that time I'll call it sync.
That time it's called sync. That time it's called sync.
Right. What am I
Otherwise it's
trying to
saved.
say here? It is getting saved directly here.
Okay.
ये सिर्फ जो है ना आपका मीडियम है. वर्चुअल मशीन आपका सिर्फ मीडियम हो गया. The data is
Right.
here.
Right.
It is as good as कि आप एक बिल्डिंग में, एक फ्लैट में, एक कहीं पर आप मल्टीपल डोर से एंटर हो रहे स्कूल या कॉलेज में, but ultimately you're gathering in canteen. So it doesn't matter where you're coming from. I know if I have to catch everyone, I'll have to go to that canteen room. I know everyone is there. No matter someone came from
Okay.
West Gate, someone came from North Gate. मैं एक गेट पे जाकर ये करूंगा तो I'll miss on
Right.
something. Right?
Right.
I know where is it being saved ultimately. So it is being saved here in this disk. So I will not call it sync. ठीक है? This
For
is just
all
being
these,
saved.
for all these servers, for all the servers that are there in the VMSs, right? Like in the VMSs or
VMSS हो,
Oh.
Azure Availability Zone हो, Availability Set हो, आप इसी तरह से कुछ यूज करोगे बैकएंड में. VMSS को मैं
okay,
अलग
for
से
all
ले रहा
three.
हूँ. Yeah, for all three.
For all three. Okay.
Yeah.
And so the load balancer is the front face of the VMSs or the front face for the availability sets, you can say, like
You tell me that.
it has a public
someone
IP.
else.
Yeah. So it like it's been assigned a public IP address, and through the public IP address we could like
Right. So is it only
communicate.
for VMSS? Do you think it's only for VMSS or it applies to availability zone
All
and
three.
availability set also?
All three. Availability set, availability
Right,
zone, everything. All three.
Right.
My question is about the load balancer part, sir. That this load balancer, it works as front face to all of them. Like these are all on the backend pool, as you said yesterday. Like they are on the
Yes.
backend, but in order for them to communicate for users, like for external users or internal company, like as you gave the example for 100 people in a company which need to share their information or data on the servers in the VMSS, it will go through the load balancer, because
Yes.
the load balancer is like a front face which has an IP address.
Right.
Right.
Even these
Right.
these machine will have IP address, but multiple है ना यहाँ पर, तो हम share नहीं कर सकते. Hence I'm giving one face. एक गेट दे रहा हूँ मैं आप लोगों को, सारे लोग यहीं से आ जाओ अंदर. ठीक है?
Okay. And these machines in VMSS, they don't have multiple IP addresses, right?
Why
In
not?
the VMSS.
You
Okay.
created VMSS. You tell me. Did you not see multiple IP addresses on machines?
I didn't check that, sir. But on the main,
it once
after I create the VMSS, the public IP does not come because, as you said, like they are all in one
Public
group. Like,
IP, वैसे भी I told you this very clearly, guys. Do not repeat this mistake in your interview. We never use public IP. Public IP, it's only being used in our training sessions.
okay.
Your machines in your production environment will never have public IP. We are always discussing private IPs. Public IP सिर्फ तब तक है जब तक हम लोग ट्रेनिंग में है. So you can access that machine. Nothing more than
Right.
that.
Right. For RDP or SSH guys.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
लाइव एनवायरनमेंट में आप प्राइवेट आईपी से ही आरडीपी लोगे, बट फॉर दैट यू नीड टू बी इन दैट नेटवर्क. वो एक बड़ा अलग प्रैक्टिकल है. विल डू दैट लेटर. एक बार मैं बता दूंगा वो भी. बट पब्लिक आईपी वी नेवर एवर यूज इट ऑन
So all
मशीन्स.
these, so I'm sorry to interrupt, sir. So you're saying that all these servers, all these systems have a private IP, not a public
Yes,
IP.
yes, yes.
Okay.
Be it in
In the
availability
VM.
zone, be it in availability set, or be it in VMSS, they will always have private IP. And why would I waste money? Public IP is a costly and limited resource. I asked
Right.
you guys to start reading about IP address networking. I'm not sure how many of you have done that. If you start reading, you will understand that public IP limited है and it is a costly. If I'm having 100
Right.
machines here और 100 public IP में ले लूंगा ना, तो क्लाउड पे आने का
Cost is
मेरा कोई
very high.
फायदा ही नहीं होगा. इतना बिलिंग आएगा मुझको.
Right. True.
Okay. So now
So the
guys,
entire set also does not have one given standard public IP for the entire set. There is nothing such as
no,
public
why
IP
would you have?
for
No,
the entire set. For the entire
no.
set
What
as
do you
well.
mean by an entire set? Entire
Means,
set can
like
never
as we
have an
created
IP.
okay.
A set cannot
In
have
one
an
set.
IP.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry, didn't get you, Navid. If you have a
Means
doubt,
I mean
still
to say
ask.
all these. I mean to say all
A
these
set
servers
cannot
in
have
the
an IP.
VMSS. Okay.
A set cannot have an IP. Your machine can have IP.
Right, but that's private IP. That is a private IP. Every
Yes.
machine, as you said, sir, every machine has been assigned a private IP. May it be dynamic or static, that differs. That again depends.
Right.
Right.
So again,
Okay.
do not bring dynamic and static because we haven't covered that yet, right?
Sorry, sir. Yeah, I'm sorry for my understanding.
No, that's okay. So I hope you understood it now.
Yes,
Okay, guys,
sir. Yes, sir.
session is about to finish. Let me stop it and we'll join it without any break, guys, because I have a question here which is still pending. The reason for which I picked VMSS. This question applies only to VMSS. Availability zone or set में ये question नहीं apply होगा. So I want to cover that question and we'll move ahead to practical. Let me stop. We are joining it immediately without any break. Same link.